Alright guys, so today I'm going to try a little experiment. I have this little trim piece here I need painted. It's like a charcoal gray and I need it to be tan. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to paint this trim piece without actually scuffing or sanding it. And I'm going to see how successful I can be at that. The first step I'm going to use is just a wax and grease remover. I'm going to spray it down really good with that because just from grabbing it you can kind of see some fingerprints on it. And just make sure all that oil and residue is off. And then I'm going to hit it with this adhesion promoter. Improves adhesion for all paints, can be used on plastic. TPO, SMC, RIM. I am not sure what that stands for, but there it is. And I've had really good luck with this stuff in the past, so I'm going to try it on here, and I'm pretty confident it's going to turn out pretty good. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is hit it really good with the wax and grease remover. Make sure there's no like oil or residue or anything that would stop it from sticking really good. I'm not even going to wipe it down. I'm just going to let it dry out for a second. And then hit it with the adhesion promoter and apply the paint. And the paint I'm using is it's SEM color coat. It's a flexible coating. Let's see. Restore or change the color of most vinyl surfaces. Flexible and rigid plastics, carpet and velour. So yeah, this is specifically for flexible plastics such as this defroster vent here. Okay, I think it's just about dry enough. So now I'm going to go ahead and coat it in this adhesion promoter and see how good this works out for me. I'm just going to apply this in light coats, kind of similar to actually painting the trim piece. Probably do like 2 or 3 very light coats and then let it set for a couple minutes and hit it with the paint. Alright, there's one light coat. I'm going to let it set for a minute or two and hit it with a second and possibly a third. There's number 2. Alright, and here's a third coat, and after this, it's time to paint it. But before I do, I'm going to go ahead and let this sit just for a couple minutes and then start to apply the SEM color coat. Alright, here we are. I'll probably do it in halves, this half, and then hold it from this end and do this half. On plastics, I like to start off with a very light coat, kind of like a mist. It's actually called like a tack coat, and it even helps the paint stick even more in the later coats. It's very light. That's probably plenty right there. Go ahead with the second half. Alright, got a very light coat on here. I'm going to let that sit for a couple minutes and probably follow up with another 2 or 3 coats. Very light coats. Okay, here's the second light coat. Going to get a little bit heavier this time. Okay, there's that half. And here's the second half. A little heavier. Alright, that should be good. You can still see some charcoal hiding under there, up in here. But, yeah, I'm just going to let that sit. Just a couple minutes. This SEM paint dries really fast. There's hardly any flash time between coats. Alright, this will probably be the third and final coat. I'm going to go heavier than I have with the first 2 just to make sure I get full coverage. Okay. That's looking real nice. Now I gotta do this other half. Alright, so now that it's done, I'm going to go ahead and install it, and I'll give it a little scratch test, just to kind of test the durability of the paint. It's still pretty fresh. It's only been like 30 minutes since I painted it. It might need longer to actually cure, but I'm going to test it anyway. Wow. And by the way, this was like a Chinese, the frosted grill. It was on eBay for like $17. It's like a knockoff. But I gotta say, it fits really nice. I was worried because the dash actually kind of bulges up here and over on this side. But I guess that's just the way it's actually contoured. The grill also follows that shape, so that's pretty nice. Alright, but now for that scratch test, just to see how it's holding up after about 30 minutes. Yeah, I'd say it's on there pretty good. I don't want to get too crazy because it is still, technically, it's probably not even like really cured yet. But this paint dries really fast. So yeah, I mean, it's not like a high contact area, I guess you could say. It's not going to be, you know, handled or touched, or it's just basically just going to be sitting here. I might even throw like a dash cover on top of this dash just to preserve it, because I did have to grab this dashboard out of a junkyard. My original was pretty messed up. Alright, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.